Hello. Welcome everyone to the show.
Really big shoe.
It's a really big shoe. It is just the old gray bricks hanging out with you. We are Mattless this evening. He's playing the national sport of Canada with his friends here in Georgia, which
beaver tipping.
I felt like we had Gil on for a moment. Beaver tipping.
Let's see who's in the chat already. Pink Wheels is here, and Pink Wheels is always invited, but she may be just chilling. We are glad we're getting some good reports from her, and she'll update us, I'm sure, on her progress soon. But lots of prayers out for our friend Pink Wheels, and thank you for hanging out with us. Also, Intense is here, our Castle Bro from the South. And Battery Power Bricks, hey man, how are you? Good to have you here. Pink Wheels has taken to her bed, so she's chilling. I get it. I will be there soon after. Our house has been a plague house. No, not her bed. My bed.
Just making sure.
No, that's awkward.
Yeah,
awkward.
Yeah, there's a commandment about that one, I think.
Yeah, that's somewhere in the back. Anyway, so we've had the plague here in our house, so I sound like I am a chain smoker. So if I get to laughing, I may have to walk into another room and bark up a lung, or at least some lung, at least some lung butter. So, what was that? What was that, Jeff?
Well, I said challenge accepted.
And I said
show goal. So you know.
Oh, that's true. She thought curling was the national sport of Canada. So,
well, I mean, yes, we have lots of national sports.
Ooh. Intense is up in New York this evening. New York City.
Get a rope.
Yeah,
there you go.
I know you guys all joke about wanting my job, that I get to sit at home and build and stuff like that. But truthfully, if I was to switch jobs with anybody, it would be with Rich Intense, because he's flying here. He's at this Lego store. He's in Germany. He's all over the place. So, yeah.
I was following his endeavors the other day, and he was, like you said, he went to Germany. Like he's been in Germany twice this week, or this year, that I can tell.
Oh,
and
at least
all times he's hit that Lego factory store.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But has he ever offered any of his lug buddies to pick up anything for him? So
good day.
Hey, another Canadian.
Guess who I'm hitting it with in 2 weeks? Assuming he likes me enough.
Sorry, I'm mirrored. Why am I mirrored? Dang it.
That's something StreamYard does, but you can if you go down in your settings, you can flip it back.
Yeah. Mirror my camera. There we go. Now I can point the right way. That way.
All the ways.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Nathan.
How you doing, man? It's been a while. What's up?
Yeah, not too much. What's up with you?
I am not ship timbering. However, I think you are, and let's talk about that.
Hi. I am ship timbering. You can see the slab in front of me. I've been doing a bunch of work on this thing because I want to get it done by Bricomanie, which is where I'll be seeing JVW Jeff there in 2 weeks. Yeah. And so this is the ship so far.
Ooh.
It's I will be mirroring most of this, not completely symmetrically. There will be some asymmetrical details, but for the most part, it's going to have a symmetrical hull on the other side of this blue line. So, and then antenna array and greebles on the front there, and then engines at the back, of course. With a bunch of greebles on the back. Yeah.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It's coming along very well. I'm very pleased with my progress in 2 weeks. Giving myself basically the rest of this weekend to finish all the kind of design and prototyping. And then after that, I have to really start buckling down on doing the mirror. And so just building the rest according to the design that I've established. Yep. That's what I've been doing.
Very cool.
That's awesome, man. This, yeah, I love the space chest thing in there. I don't know if you can show up my favorite detail. The minifig legs in the orange is my favorite detail.
So I included that in my. You can see them.
Yeah, you see the 4 dots right there. Those are minifig legs right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had that as a surface, like as a texture detail in my space station, the ring station. And everybody just got so excited when they picked it out on shows and stuff. So I was like, well, that's got to become my signature texture detail that I put in all my ships now is minifig legs somewhere.
I love it. That's my favorite. When I sometimes back in the day when I would build like a bridge for a starship, I would use minifig legs as like Spock's little look-in telescope kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That was always kind of a fun thing to do. So
very cool.
And use R2D2 legs as like a lamp sconce on the wall.
Nice.
Stick it on a wall and it's shining down kind of thing. But no, that's amazing. Super amazing. So if you don't know, Ship Timber is 1 week in your month to build a 100 stud long spaceship. It can be any scale as long as it hits those 100 studs. And I am not participating this year, but I am starting a friendship timber today. So I'm going to do friendship. In fact, I thought about putting pink and stuff on this one and call it a friendship, but I want to, and I almost did. Pink Wheels challenged me to do it, but I was already way too deep in throw down another color in it and everything. So, but I think I'm going. I've got canopies to use. Gosh, I can't remember what this came off of. I got them. I've got these curvy, slopey.
Nice. Yep.
In trans blue. I'm guessing trans blue will be the color.
I don't know those. What are those from?
This is the front nose of the N1 fighter.
Okay.
Wasn't it also one of the cockpits for the Quinjet as well?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They put those on the side and cover them up. So I ended up with a couple somehow, I guess, on a Brickley quarter or whatever. So, yep, that's what I'm doing.
It wouldn't have been an N1.
Do what?
The N1? Didn't you say the Mandalorian N1?
Yeah, it's the gray slope in the very front.
Oh, the gray slope. Yeah. Okay, I thought you're talking about the canopy, and I'm like, what? Okay. Now I understand.
It is a canopy, but it's used different and everything. So
I was muted. I've been dumping bricks into things, so
appreciate it.
That's all good. All right, let's check in with our other Canadian, Mr. Jeff. How are you?
I am good. I am currently rebuilding version 3 of Castle Interior or Bouncy Castle. My last one was just kind of using these bars to lift the figures up, and it's just really slow because it's micro motor to an 8-tooth gear to 24-tooth. So it's just really slow. So I'm trying to reverse it a bit. And I'm trying to kind of do what they do in Great Ball Contraption, where you have like just something like this that's just going to lift something up.
Yep.
So I hope I can put the figure's legs on something that can just sit on top of this lever and kind of it'll push them up a bit and drop them.
Is it a lever or a lever?
A lever or lever depends.
lever.
Lever or lover?
Are you a lever lover?
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, so I'm working with that. Again, also trying to prepare 13 days from today, I'm going to be leaving to go to Brickhamany because I'm leaving on the Wednesday night just to get there so I can set up Thursday morning because I get in early because I'm bringing so much crap in my own tables. So yeah, I can. Thank you, Pink Wheels. Thank you very much. And Pink Wheels, if you're ever in Buffalo or if you're ever going to Buffalo and you give me enough time, I could probably visit you there because I'm like 3 hours from Buffalo. So just saying, because she said she goes to Troy, Michigan or Buffalo. So anyway. So yeah, and I'm testing it, making sure my picture frames stay on the stands and don't fall off. Basically, I'm showing off that I have picture frames. Maybe that's probably a better way of saying it.
I like them.
So, but yeah, other than that, just building away, busy with work. I've got way too much stuff to get done to have to actually work. Like I'd rather not work and get stuff done. But it's going to be a busy weekend for me, just trying to knock as much stuff off of my list and then try and figure out how to pack everything that I'm bringing in my car and trailer. I'm actually worried about that now. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Wow.
In a stressful way.
When you have to stop taking mocks because they won't fit in your vehicle, or you have to upgrade the vehicle in some way, those are crucial points.
I did upgrade the vehicle as well, like 2 years ago, and my trailer can hold more stuff, but things in the trailer tend to break every once in a while. My debate might be switch some things over to plastic bins and pack them really well so I can throw them into the trailer. But that's going to be a stressful, drive with that. So
yes. How far is it? Do you have to drive?
it's about 5 hours for me.
Oh wow.
So Nathan, it's in his backyard pretty much.
It's
downtown, right?
I'm on the south shore of Montreal and Laval is on the north shore, so it could easily be an hour depending on traffic.
Okay.
But
that's basically Atlanta traffic.
Yeah, that's city traffic for you. So
Atlanta is 1 hour from Atlanta. So
from one suburb to another suburb on the opposite side of the city.
Yeah.
Are you going to listen to Subdivisions the whole time you're driving, just repeat as you go past?
Yeah.
Okay. By Rush. Yeah.
Did you get that reference?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I knew that it was a Rush song, but
there you go. That's why I didn't know it.
I have a feeling that I listen to more Rush than the both of you combined in your entire lifetime. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, for sure you do. Absolutely.
Yeah. And for me, probably this week you've listened to it as much or more than I ever have. So
this hurts my soul. I'm just saying.
I just don't know what they're saying. I'll be honest with you. I probably heard their songs. I probably know their songs. I can't think of one of their songs.
It just means that people in Canada thought it was dork music too.
That could be it too, actually. That's a good point.
I mean, I don't actually know if I know of any Canadians specifically who are like huge Rush fans, but I definitely have met Americans who are huge Rush fans. So there you go.
Next, you're going to tell me the McKinsey brothers are a farce. So don't hurt me today.
Tim Hortons is a lie.
Well, that I can believe. I haven't had one, but don't be talking about Krispy Kreme in the same sentence. So,
don't worry.
Yeah, there you go. See, look, Pink Wheels. Even she hates Rush, and she's an American. She knows their song.
Oh, yep. Okay. I've heard Tom Sawyer, but like I said, it's one of those I don't know who sings the song, but I've heard it. So
Kitty's the bassist in this.
How dare you, sir?
Meh.
That would be like me saying, I don't like Waffle House. I guess I don't know.
I think that's probably an apt analogy in some way, shape, or form.
Someone clip that piece.
I don't like Waffle House. I heard it. You heard it here first.
That was not AI.
It was out of context.
That's right. Okay, there's another one of our Americans right there, like some Rush. So, all right, Mr. Sandlin, I believe you're building away, sir. How are you today?
Okay, I was trying to get an overstuffed bin out of my sorting stuff. Small Paul does have a Dragon of the Week. Someone asked a little ways back in the chat if there was a new Dragon of the Week, and there is, in fact, a new Dragon of the Week. Okay, well, bring them both over. We'll have the Small Paul review. He wasn't prepared.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Show meeting.
There's a life lesson here.
That's right.
Always be prepared.
Yeah, this is what happens when you are paying attention to the show.
That's right. Yeah, that Daddy Bricks. There was a South Park opening to Rush. Yes, that was hilarious. RR Slugger likes Rush. That's good. We are hopefully going to get a deal where we have him on the show, defending the '90s Lego that he loves so much. We're working on it. So.
I heard a beep a few moments ago. Did someone else join into?
Oh, there it is. There's a Rush fan right there. There he is.
Oh no, I must have been mistaken. You can hang up.
You were mistaken. It's nobody your pardon. Hi, how you doing, Beth?
Good.
All right, good to have you, Rich. We'll hop down to you in just have a second, but let's go to. Oh, there's a dragon. Look at there.
There's a dragon.
Tiny dragon.
Tiny dragon.
I made a dragon a lot like that. Maybe it was a copy of yours, but I made a very small, teeny dragon like that.
That's the Minecraft dragon from the set.
Oh, okay. Maybe I copied that.
Possibly. Not
all right.
Not,
Small Paul.
not my design.
Okay,
Small Paul, are you ready, sir?
Yep. So first, I'm showcasing the mech because the dragon's nuts. So this is the what's it called?
I don't know. The box is down there on the floor.
Empress mech. It is.
Your dad is not your cue card.
I'm trying to get the professional lighting up.
So it comes with a giant sword, and since we had some extra circle orange pieces, I stuck those on there. It has a giant shuriken on the back, which spins very slowly because the pin it's in is black.
It's the Empress mech. This is the Empress from that set.
So you see the swords. There's a resemblance. She's got the small one. You got the big one.
Small Paul.
One hand.
What happened to her feet? I thought she had high heels.
Oh, busted!
No.
Busted.
I hate you.
She needed to run and sprint, so she kicked off the high heels. And
yep, that's what happened.
So
I had to poke.
Feature that they use. They stuck the little golden gun pieces on the sides for like the side of the mech, which I think is pretty awesome. And the color and stickers on this thing is amazing.
Nice.
It does have some cool stickers.
Yeah.
Does it have extra stickers?
No, we used all the stickers. It doesn't have, unlike most Ninjago sets, it doesn't come with any of the little circle sticker flavor stickers or any of those.
Yeah. And then we have the dragon.
Nice.
That's cool.
Ooh, good dragon.
It is huge.
It's big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, don't take this the wrong way, because I kind of, when people say that something reminds me of something else, I'm always like, no, it's my whatever. But the vibe of that is How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
A bit. Yeah.
So the tail, I'm gonna
But they
start.
had a large variety, so.
The tail has these cool electrical pieces that is also in the mouth. Plus, these can turn a little, so you can make it look like he's like folding his electrical like fins or something. Really?
Very cool.
And it's all ball joint. This is not just like the swing left and right tail like most Ninjago dragons. This is the ball joint one, which I think is pretty nice.
That is much better.
It could be longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got a posable tail as opposed to the freely swinging tail.
Which just goes back. Next, we have the body. The wings are ginormous. we there was like a tiny ship that came with it,
Mhm.
and these golden sword parts can also stick on the wings, but they're from the mini ship.
Yeah, we should point out that the wings on this are the plastic film material,
And not the fabric.
not fabric like some of the other dragons.
Yeah, and since it's plastic, it makes out pretty good.
It looks good.
A plus, not a minus.
And it has the dragon sphere on its head, that thing.
Ah, those cool new balls.
Yeah.
Well,
Matthew,
You said
yeah, Matthew's not
Bring
here
a
to say
ball.
it, and I had to say it. The colors are great too. This is
identify.
That's our age for that.
light yellow and the azure and stuff. It's really the color scheme is really cool.
and I'm pretty sure there's like the new claw piece for the thumb. Zoom in. There's the new claw piece,
Yeah.
and then the hands do that. So this is not like any regular four-legged dragon. This is a walking one.
Rare.
Rare.
And the
Fully articulated.
on the tail are also mouth.
Rawr.
And this thing can open really wide. So he's like,
Frangillo. Like he's,
Yeah.
he's gagging on. Yeah. I love it.
yeah, I give this one an S.
An S.
An S rank. Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah, that's
There
what
you
the
go.
kids say these days.
I know.
That means superior. Is that what that means?
It's
Short
top
name is sick.
top tier.
Yeah, the kids call that S tier.
Goated.
Yeah.
For us, that meant satisfactory, and you made it through PE. That's what it means. to us.
S meant you don't totally suck.
That's yeah.
Did not fail.
E.
All right, Mr. Sandlin, where is your Crabbalon? Let's see it. Let's see it.
I'm currently working on the Crabulon's interior of their ship. So I've got the two seats
Oh,
for the pilots going on in there. I have this sort of large seat for the Emperor to sit in there.
Nice, nice.
You'll be able to see them through the big eye ports on the front. So
Awesome.
yeah, just sort of working on that, putting some stuff in there. And the other fun thing for the week is I got the Ghost set from Ahsoka, the new one. So,
Ooh.
so it's actually really nice looking. It's a really good, with these angled plates with the wedges and the wings. It's a little smoother looking than the original set. And they put sort of a little bit of greeble striping kind of edge on that, so it looks cleaner than the set. And the only drawback is they put, the iridescent blue parts are nice looking, but anybody who's watched anything knows that it's supposed to have yellow on the engines. That's one of those. That's a nerd detail that they got wrong.
Push your glasses off.
how dare
I'll do it for
they?
you.
But it's okay.
It still looks a little undersized, even especially for the Phantom.
Yeah.
A single seat in it. You kind of have to lay them down to put in there, but it's okay. So
I'm
the
actually
screw comes off. It's got the panel that pops off.
nice.
So you
Actually
got,
has interior.
you got a little bit of room inside for the crew. Let me get my lamp back up there a bit. Oh, that's not great. Sorry. I'll just turn it this way. You got the
Fine.
crew. There. And they made it so that it's got ramps on the side that you can, flip down for, there's Chopper in there. Brr, brr, brr. Unfortunately, no. I noticed that as well because Jason's hair is just brown And on the show, his hair is a dark green. So I don't know if that was not communicated to Lego or what that oversight is.
Yeah, I would assume that was not
You get the
communicated
Sharpie out.
because even in Rebels, it was green.
Yeah, I was just thinking that they already knew that ahead of time.
Yeah, it's not like it was a secret or a hidden detail.
I don't know. Maybe
Definitely.
Maybe they figured they couldn't market it or repackage it with something else, and therefore didn't make any sense financially.
Budgetary constraints.
That makes no sense because, I mean, it's a hairpiece. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I would use it for other things, but yeah.
It's not like there's a shortage of hairpieces.
But the good news is they did get the Hera piece right.
Ah.
Waka waka.
So
Yeah, it doesn't, you're right, Dan. It doesn't make sense. If Hera can be right, then Jason can be right.
well, you would think so, but you know, what are you gonna do? Overall, it's a really nice set. It does suffer the same issues as like the Millennium Falcon, where the underside of it is kind of just whatever.
Junk.
Yeah. But it's okay.
That front section where you got exposed Technic, it needs some padding over or something, some plating over. A couple of pieces would have made that look like not Technic right there, and that would have helped me out at least.
Yeah,
That
this
box right there.
right here. I'm maybe gonna put some inverted slopes in there or something just to sort of tidy that up.
Yeah.
You can pull the front gunner seat off, and one nice part use that I thought was cool with this is they used the Inquisitor's lightsaber handle to make the control stick in there.
Oh, that's cool.
So I thought that was neat.
Oh, they put stickers inside of those panels. I did that in my set, and that's the only other time I've ever seen Lego do it. So that's awesome.
Yep, the little skinny stickers. So yeah, it's a pretty good set. I like it. You know, it has its flaws, but it's okay. Overall, it's pretty good.
Good. What was the cost on that price point?
149?
Is what?
149 or 159?
I think it was 159.
I think it is 159.
I pre-ordered it a long time ago, so I don't quite remember.
I just rang up and I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it along with some other stuff so I could get the GWPs again. So I got my second copy of the Blacktron Cruiser, and
I'm looking forward to those white 1x6x1 slopes coming into larger production.
Yes.
that's where they are right there.
Those are very cool.
What's the? Oh yeah. Awesome.
Dexter is snoring.
All right, let's go to Rich real quick. Rich, what's going on in your world, buddy?
I just had things to do. I got an impression in my mouth so I could get a tooth here in a few weeks. Yay!
Yay!
Not
So
fun.
that's exciting. I no longer look like I'm in the backcountry of some country area of some state.
Maybe West Virginia. I don't know.
Maybe West Virginia, yeah, maybe, or Pennsylvania, something like that. Picked up some loose brick from somebody and some cool things in it that I'm going to keep. I have to fix them a little.
It's quite
But,
tidy right in your. I'm not used to it. It's quite tidy back there.
Yeah, I got one of these guys. I have to fix them up. I think I got most of the pieces. I got, just put them, reassemble them. And I got one of these guys.
Nice.
He's gonna go in the air, up there somewhere.
Up in the air somewhere.
to go up there.
That's a lot of monofilament line.
Mm-hmm. Looks
there?
like Peter Parker's
Yeah.
bedroom.
Oh, I'll turn my volume down. There we are. He's gonna go up there somewhere.
Sweet.
But otherwise, I've been cleaning brick all week, sorting nasty brick, and some few small nasty pieces, and throwing in the dishwasher. That's been my week.
That sounds like not a lot of fun. I'm sorry, but
I mean, it's small rays of sunshine, as you can see, but yeah,
it's progress.
it is progress, and I have to consider the bigger picture, because once it's clean, I can put it out for sale, and people like fresh brick, fresh clean brick, fall through, that isn't nasty, that you'd find at sometimes at conventions, where it's, they don't bother. They
Which
just
I think
throw
is
it out
rude.
there.
I think that's rude.
It is
when you
rude.
Put dirty brick out for people. I think that's rude.
But you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know totally what you're saying. I know what you're totally saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I like to make sure it's nice and got all the nasty bits out, like nails and screws and
Cigarette
that other
butts,
M
Toenails.
thing.
erasers.
Toenails, yeah. Pencils, sharpened pencils. Those are always fun. And toothpicks. I don't know if they're used or not.
Batteries.
Vial of heroin.
Batteries.
It's just
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
All the
Fentanyl pills just floating around the bottom. Yeah. Horrible.
All right. Well, we have one more to go to, and I don't know if you know it or not. It's the birthday boy, Trouble's birthday today.
Oh,
Happy birthday,
happy
sir.
birthday.
It's my birthday. Yep. And today, and as I like to try to do with most of my birthdays, is make it a Lego-tastic day. So today was that kind of day. I got up, and first thing I did is I went and got myself a Frappuccino, and then started to head out on the road. Stopped at Walmart and Costco to see if I could find a few things. Got a big old goose egg on both of those. I was really hoping to get a Ahsoka shuttle because it'd been showing up at Costco's for about 20% off. So I was really kind of hoping that was going to happen, but this was the second Costco, and all I kept finding was advent calendars. So I was like, all right, that was a bummer. So then I went ahead and headed to the Lego store. Luckily, I had reached out to one of my the Lego store employees the night before and said, "Hey, do you guys happen to have the Ghost or the Ahsoka shuttle in?" And they're like, "No, but we're getting a truck in tomorrow." And he's like, "But I'm not sure what's on it." So I was like, "Well, all right. If you find it, if they got it, can you hold it for me?" So Hunter shot me a message this morning and says, "Hey, we got them in. What do you want to keep?" And I said, "Well, can you hold?" And at the time, I was thinking, I'm either going to get the Ghost or I'm going to get the shuttle. I wasn't going to get both. I figure I'm going to get one or the other, and that's going to be what I build. And everybody on Instagram was saying that I should get the Ghost. And I was like, but I kind of want the shuttle because it's got Ahsoka and Huyang and Sabine in it. But I'll have them reserve both of them for me, and I'll get there and I'll make a decision. So I walk in talking to the folks, and I look and I can see that they've put things out that they got on the truck already. And I noticed that there was a big placard where they would normally have the Ghost and the shuttle, that whatever they had gotten in already were gone. So I asked him, I said, "So I'm assuming you did save them." Yep, we got yours in the back. You're good to go. I'm like, and I noticed you're already gone with whatever you got in. He's like, "We got in," I think he said it was either 5 or 6 Ghosts and only 3 of the shuttles. And this was 1:00. And they opened up at 11. So they were already gone before I even got there. And luckily I had called or, messaged Hunter, and so he saved them. And I'm like, because part of me is thinking, all right. What's that? Oh, that's just me. That's me.
You're leaving.
All right. So somebody got me. It wasn't me. All right. This is gonna be awkward. So
somebody mute.
I don't know. It's not me. Anybody? Somebody say
Hey, there we go.
There we go. All right, went away. All right, so
I muted Mark, so that was the. I don't
it
know
had
if
to
that
be
was a
Mark.
problem.
It was Mark. I totally forgot where I was in my story. Way to go, Mark.
Oh no.
And so I decided, I'm like, all right, I know AFOL Day is going to be on the 16th. And so I was kind of thinking I'd wait to get one of them on the 16th. But then now I'm thinking there's no guarantee that they would even have one on the 16th when I get in there. So I said, all right, bite the bullet. Just give them both to me. I'm going to go ahead and take them both. So I did. I went ahead and I got the ghost in the
Yay.
Remove yourself.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark, I'm muting you.
What?
You're echoing.
You're echoing for some reason.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
I am.
Look at
it.
Anyway,
I'm in the middle.
All right, can we just? Yeah, there we go. Thank you, muting Mark again. So I'm not as far in the ghost as Mark is, of course, because I started around 5 o'clock this afternoon. But it's a fun little build. It is, even at this stage, it is much smaller. You can definitely see there's a definite size difference. Actually, it doesn't look too bad at this point in time. But if you compare, as Mark was pointing out, if you compare, well, Phantom 1 to new Phantom 2 versus original Phantom 2, there is a huge size difference. And I know that's been a complaint for people, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay because I know that a lot of Lego Star Wars ships, that when they come out, the first ones are big and they're more attention to detail, and then the second versions usually tend to be a little more chibi and a little more compact. But from what I've seen so far, and I mean, this Phantom 2, while it's not to scale for the minifigures, it's tight. It's tight. And the build, as Mark was pointing out, the canopy flipping up and the sections here that are pilot come on. These sections here that are actually clipped in to create that angle, there's some cool, and the tail section here is very well done. You've got some nice little angle pieces in the back here. I know the lighting is horrible, but it's well constructed. It's really well done. So I know the size has been a big comparison to people, but you know what? Hey, if you can travel through those asteroid fields and put a little motion in your ship, you'll be fine. So I like it. However, I am more looking forward to and excited to build this ship. And basically, it's morally because of the figures, because these are the figures I really, really wanted. Other than that, got myself some beer and some Krispy Kreme donuts to celebrate my birthday and hanging out with you guys for a little bit before I go back and watch some TV with the missus.
Cool. Good deal. I love the fact that, you have this inside track with Lego employees. Okay. But I also want a conspiracy think. They're like, hey, Dana's not sure which one he's going to get. So they're like, here's the plan. We're going to say we got both in the back. We're going to show 2 empty slots, so he'll think he hasn't got a chance to come back and buy one.
So
and he'll get them both.
You think I've been played? Is that what you're saying? You think I've been played?
They're still in the crates in the back.
It's entirely possible. Although they did show me the manifest for some stuff that was coming in the next couple next shipment and stuff like that. So I don't know if that was the case or not. But
the Lego cigarettes are like, here's the deal. I know this day is coming in.
One day I'm going to come to you. I don't know when. I don't know what I'm going to task you, but I'm going to come to you for a favor. So here's an interesting thing that I did not know until today. The Ghost is an Amazon and Lego store exclusive.
Really?
I did not know that. It took me because after I left Lego store, I went to Bricks and Minifigures and I actually traded in some mining sets from 2012 that I got in a bulk buy prior to COVID. Traded that in and actually brought home a little tiny Big Kid Bricks David Bowie for my wife. It's my birthday, but doesn't mean I can't give her a gift. So I gave her that. But I was talking to one of the store employees and he's like, yeah, because they are a Lego retailer, so they get sets in. Mm-hmm. He's like, because they were talking about what they did and didn't have. And I'm like, well, I noticed you don't have any ghosts. He's like, oh no, that's an Amazon exclusive. We can't get that. And I was like, oh. So I went and looked on Target. Yeah, Target doesn't list it for sale. Walmart doesn't list it for sale. Only at Shop at Home and Amazon. So I was like, oh, well, that's an interesting scenario. So, and I've noticed that and I don't know about you guys or anybody else who's looked around, but My Targets, I've looked in 3 different Targets and 3 different Walmarts, and I have yet to see any of the Ahsoka sets at all. I haven't even seen any of the Marvel CMF figures, much less any of the September sets in my area. I don't know if they're just behind in shipment in this area or what. But even if you go on to like Target.com, it like lists anything that you want to get that's Lego that's not released that's on the shelves. It's like 2 weeks before they can even think about shipping it to you. So I think that's interesting. It's weird.
Well, my Walmart seems to be doing okay. It does not have the new CMFs. They just had the Disney one show up, and they left in like half a day.
Yeah.
But for sets, they're doing okay. Although I still have a couple of Galaxy Explorers on our shelves. So
well, we got those, but I still keep hoping that those will go down on clearance again eventually.
Well,
Jeff, do you ever see Galaxy Explorers on the shelf at Walmart?
Not anymore, but we did have our couple of Walmarts did have one of my Walmarts had like 10 of them on the shelf.
Cheapers. I live in the worst town for Lego. It's brutal here.
All I know is if they drop down to $50 again, I definitely want to get another one.
Oh yeah.
And that's the exclusive things. It seems like when it's a Target exclusive, you're like, oh, that must be a higher level. It's a Amazon. Oh, it must be higher level. When it's a Walmart exclusive, we're like, nah. But here's the thing: the Galaxy Explorer, if it had been a Target exclusive, I bet it would have sold better because it would have read as a more posh product. But also, Lego got it. Walmart got it, discounted at 25, discounted at 50, and then jacked it back up to 100. And then they're wondering why they don't sell. I mean, because everybody's like us, going, "Well, it'll be 50 again one day. I'll get it then." And I don't understand them. I really don't.
Everything you said.
No.
Everything you said.
Exactly.
Jeff looks depressed. Jeff's pondering Technic. I can tell.
Yeah, pondering how to make this work. Hold on. Let me just move something here. I'll move my battery supply or power supply up here. Just working through it. Hold on, I'm gonna move the camera too because I'm like down to the shortest possible wires. Like literally, these are the 2 wires that I have because that's the only ones that are in good condition still.
Down to the wire.
Down to the wire. I was
need to get dice up to get new ones. But yeah, I basically got it. I got it running a lot faster. Like that's full speed. But now I'm trying to figure out how to still make the figures jump up. You know what I mean? Because it's hitting the net, so I can't go any lower with the gearing. And I wanted to have
some extension, something to go up further.
Yeah, but then the castle's higher up too, right? Like right now, like where the front gate is. Let me just put the front gate back on here. 2 seconds. So I mean this is the front gate. There.
Well, then you're going to have to raise the front gate up a level.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying not to. Anyway, that's the front gate. It's not secured. So right now the mesh will be basically it's at floor level, right?
Right.
So that's where I'm trying to get to, but
So I have a question. I have a suggestion. Yeah. Is there a way to do 2 systems? One that's making the thing go up and it's not moving as much, but then have the 2 figures on some sort of pistons actually popping them up a little higher?
And I mean, I had sorry, I'm just trying to reorient it here. I had this system set up with pistons. This is because of gravity upside down, obviously, but same idea where it would spin and they would pop up and down.
Yeah, but
the figures were jumping.
Connected.
The figures
directly connected to the minifigs. So the minifigs are moving independently of what the thing's doing, but it looks like they're jumping and bouncing off.
Yeah. But the problem is the figures were jumping like far too high because this is the shortest pin or axle with a stud on it, right? The 3 longs. So we need, you know what we need? We need a Technic half pin, but it's a half axle, like a 1 long axle with a stud on the end.
Hey, don't do this half axle, buddy. So
never go full axle.
No. But anyway, so what I'm trying to do now is I want to put.
I've got it.
What? Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Do it. Nobody will ever know.
I second that motion.
6 people.
No.
I second it.
No, but I can't. I can't even do that because, like, the idea is I want the figures to be able to just jump up and down, and even with that, they kind of tilt back and forth because it's a lever or it's a cam.
Yeah.
So what I was hoping to do was to have the net high enough to have something underneath it that the figure's actually standing on, that he can jump up like a little tiny bit, like a stud or two, and just have those cams hit it and knock it up. Wait, okay.
Knock it up.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes you
Castle,
can't trip this stuff.
Settle down. This is a family show.
So I got just trying to figure out how to make something that's got like basically a too long bar with plates around it so that it can't fall off. You get what I mean? Axel, you're funny.
is that that's a question? Was the Moss Eisley an Amazon exclusive? Because I mean,
I think that was a Lego store exclusive.
that's what I thought.
That was direct, what do they call it? Direct to consumer, D2C.
Yeah.
Is the Ghost like? Is it still available on Shop at Home? Like,
Yeah, I mean
Or is
it's well, I mean I think it's back ordered, but yeah, you can still get it at Shop at Home.
no, it's available right now.
Oh well, it wasn't
Add to
yesterday.
bag.
Okay, here's my suggestion, Jeff.
Yeah, but the pin is,
That pin will shove into the axle.
yeah, but that's still
holder,
too
and
long,
then
right?
Oh, it can't be too long?
Well, I don't have the clearance. Like right now, the gearing is basically hit.
Yeah.
Well, Rich, why don't I just use a half pin then instead?
I don't know.
I
Anyway,
never had enough clearance, Clarence.
yeah.
You
much.
viewers, I want you to know that at least 2 people in this room do not harm their bricks. All right, and just saying.
It's because you're weak.
I have cut base plates, but that's just because.
See, you have a different line than
Sometimes you
others.
just gotta do it.
I think that's
Well,
it.
there-
Hey, when you're a master modder builder, you gotta cut stuff.
I'll cut you. Anyways.
Wow.
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 Hey, I got a blade. Thank you very much. I got it right here. Thank you very much. We're now off Facebook, I'm pretty sure, with all this weapon display.
We're into
All right.
another tool. Tools. They're tools.
They're cool. You're cool. All right, let's talk about the topic that we put on the thing because we needed one. A Lego Masters has been announced. The teams have been announced for Lego Masters. We do have at least one Canadian. I don't know. We have Canadians here to let us know how many Canadians are on the show and everything. By the way, are y'all bothered by that? Should there be Lego Masters Canada as a separate entity?
Yes. We have 2 master builders in Canada, Robin Sather and Graham Diamond. Robin
They take
Sather,
Robin to New Zealand, right?
yeah, but New Zealand's done. They're not doing another New Zealand apparently. So
Yeah.
we could easily take him back, or we have Graham Diamond here in Toronto, like he's the one that runs Bricks in the Six. CTV, which is the the broadcasting company that's carrying Lego Masters.
Did you say SCTV?
No, CTV. SCTV is totally different. A lot funnier, but different. CTV has done it many times with the Amazing Race. They made their own Amazing Race Canada to compete with the Amazing Race, even though I think they're still airing Amazing Race on like the US version on CTV.
Oh, dude, Cash Cab.
Cash.
That's the best reality show of all time. I'm telling you right now.
You guys, does Cash Cab exist in the States?
I've never heard of it, but then again, I don't watch regular.
Oh
TV.
man, it's so good. You win like 50 bucks. It's nothing.
Yeah, I used to watch it when I had cable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark's
Anyway,
Am I still echoing?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's weird.
No idea why it's doing that.
It's funny because when he asked, like 15 people said yes because of the echo.
All right, so Lego Masters, they should have a Canada show. I agree.
Or shouldn't they just call it Lego Masters North America?
Well,
there you go. All right, so
I mean,
You're all just sour because we won last year.
yes, we are sour because you won last year.
I don't know. That Nick guy and Stacy, they're so nice.
And there's a good chance we'll win this year. We got Groovy Bones, man.
All right, so all right, we're gonna go through the contestants. You may know, folks, and kind of give us a strength of the builder kind of thing, because I may not know, because I think the plan will be, I think it's going to come on Thursdays here, and we will do our show 9 to 10 those days or whatever for those weeks when it comes on. But the second question is it really odd that they waited until just 3 weeks before the show to reveal the teams?
Yes.
I
thought that was very odd.
I wonder why they missed basically convention season where everybody could promote the show. I mean,
last year they announced them fairly early and then delayed the series by 5 months, right? So
there's no way.
Yeah, well, but that was torture, especially for the one team who was the surprise team that no one knew was on the show, and they had to wait even longer to talk about it. That was torturous for them, super torturous for them. Now, I didn't mind it being announced that far, but that's 6 months versus 3 weeks. It didn't make sense to me either. So
you know what's interesting, and I never thought about this before, and maybe it's because I don't watch regular TV or reality TV in general, but do any other reality TV shows audiences care
no
as much as we do? Because I mean, we're excited because these are people that we actually know and deal with on a regular basis.
Right.
And so it's like, it's more important to us to know, where normal reality TV is, oh, there's just some guy who just showed up on the show and we don't care. It's just kind of fun.
Schenectady, New York.
that what?
Some guy, some random guy from Schenectady.
Some guy.
I bet most reality shows have like a fandom of people that have this type of conversation.
You think?
Yeah, but did they have a community of builders or a community of builder type people that are like, oh, you're an amazing racer, or you're
right. Or like
survivor, like
the Great British Baking Bake Off. I mean, are all the baker forums a buzz because this particular baker is going to be on there? I don't know.
Probably. I bet they are.
That might actually be true. I don't know. I was making fun of that, and then I'm like, that could be accurate.
Yeah, that's
well, all those like drag race and stuff for sure. That the like drag queen community's tight knit, man.
Well,
they all know everybody.
I could totally see
that.
I
don't see that for the Amazing Race or Big Brother or something.
Yeah, maybe not Amazing Race. No, Big Brother. They're all so what's the word? Self-absorbed.
I'm going to use the feed here from the Brick Fan, who is always content giving to us. So here's our first team, Aubrey and Ryan. I heard in some chat that he does a YouTube channel. I don't have any connection to this team here. Obviously, this is the boyfriend girlfriend team or the married couple team, right? So anybody know anything about them in the chat? If you know these folks, chime up and say, "Hey, I know Ryan or Aubrey from this." So, so I don't know them. Anybody?
No clue.
No idea.
Well, and what's entirely possible is that some of these people, their faces, we won't recognize. But if you gave us their Instagram handles, we'd be like, "Oh, I know that guy." So who's to say?
Right. Yeah, because there's one guy I know from his internet show. I don't really know him, but now I've looked at anyway. All right, so we don't know them, don't know their regular, what their background story is, and everything. We know this guy, Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Tim. Oh, good old Tim. The Tim on the right is the Tim. Is our Tim from Tennessee. These are both Texans, I do believe. The other Tim, I think, goes by Owl Bricks or something like that. I think that's his handle.
Which I think I follow.
Yeah, and I think they're both really good builders. We've seen what Tim builds. He's really good at building scenery and other things like that. So, and Tim's is a good guy. So excellent that they're on there. That is a friend of the show, which is great. And then we have Allison and Melanie.
So I follow Allison.
Yeah, Allison's on Instagram as Allison Gale Lego. I think
Allison Gale, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Allison Gale. Okay, all right. Yep, I follow her. Yep. I follow her.
I've never heard of Melanie before, though.
Yeah, but no, I do know Allison.
I am married to a Melanie. It is not that Melanie. So, but good builder, good social media presence and everything too. Good deal. Pulling for her. All right. David and Ben. This looks like maybe father son
or grandfather and child.
Maybe.
I'm over 50. I never assume an age of an old person because I am.
I saw just a little snippet of information on them. That's grandpa and grandson.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's cool. So grandfather, grandson, that is a new dynamic thing. So that's awesome. Good deal. Don't know anything relative about them. Thank you. It was Tim in the red shirt. So thank you for
He's doomed.
Richard.
I didn't see this intense. Are you talking about the first one that we saw that has a YouTube channel? Because that's what I
think he was referencing the first one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nina and Sam.
Yeah. Go Sam.
So this is your Canadian. Is this correct?
Yes. He's from Edmonton. Nathan, you probably know him. Like you were in that area, weren't you? And
no, but I met him at Bricks in the Six.
Yeah.
I've been following him online for a bit. Groovy Bones. He's
Groovy Bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah.
All right, I got
front runner for sure.
Okay.
I don't know the others. Nina's his mom.
Okay, mom and son.
Yep. Okay.
You might have seen Sam recently. He was just on Beyond the Brick because he built a huge Lego Star Wars Hainer.
That guy, I see it.
90 base. That's him.
The one with the moving.
Moving what?
The moving TIE fighter hangar.
Yes, in the back. Yeah, in the back. No. It wasn't. It was literally, I think, this week he was on Beyond the Brick.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the one we saw in Chicago.
No, it wasn't. But
Okay,
I mean, it's in Toronto, and I think he was at. He's probably done 3 shows since then.
Okay.
And Beyond the Brick finally caught up to them at one of them. So
he drove from Edmonton to Toronto for that show.
Oh wow. All right. So you're saying you're going to say this guy is a top tier, a heavy hitter right here. Is that what you're saying?
I don't actually know, but
okay.
He's Canadian, so I got to cheer.
Good on you.
Canadian? I don't know. Is there more Canadians on here? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Mike and Brad, very colorful shirts.
Sorry, Chris, I just threw a link to his Instagram page. If you get a moment, you can pop that up, and it shows the Hainer that he built.
Okay. Yeah, I just followed him on the Insta on my phone. So
anyway, I think these were the people that someone that we know were competing against.
I was gonna say I didn't want to be stereotypical about their floral shirts, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably our Gayful community members in the show, with my guess.
I do believe a friend, one of our friends in the show knows these friends, and but we won't talk about that.
He could probably confirm or deny that. Yes.
Yeah.
All gay people know every other gay people.
Seriously, Nathan. I mean, I know it's tongue in cheek. I know.
No, I know.
I know. They do. They do.
It's true.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know their relative strength or anything about them. Does anybody know what they build?
Well, we know they took Matthew and Maddie out of the show, so that's all we know.
Or we could just go ahead and put that fact out there. Okay, we were dancing around it, but there we go. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm not confined to any sort of NDA, so I can say it.
Okay. All right. Paul and Nalita. I don't know them. I don't have any connection with them. Possibly married couple or maybe brother and sister.
Could be.
Oh gosh, what was it? Oh, do y'all watch Screen Crush with Ryan Airy? Do you watch that? They were talking about something in Star Wars, and they're like, he could be brother or sister, or they could be dating, or it's Star Wars. They're fair game. It shows a really quick kissing scene of Luke and Leia with Careless Whisper playing for half a second. Hilarious.
Yep, it was awesome.
Anyway,
There's a recent meme where it's showing little comparisons between Star Wars and Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones is just like, yeah, whatever.
oh me. All right. Anyway, so don't know them either, but hope they're amazing builders. Emily and Kelly, right here.
Hey.
We know Emily.
Yep. And I think I'm going to bet that Kelly was a runner for one of the prior seasons, and they just couldn't find her a right partner, or she wasn't available when they were filming, because she's a great builder, and I was surprised she wasn't on one of the first 3 seasons. So I'm excited to see what she does.
They just
I had
look
heard-
southern. Are they
They're not
southern?
No.
they're west. They're Utah. No, Emily's from Arizona currently, and I think Kelly's northeastern.
Yeah, I think she's
All right.
up like probably
There you go.
8 or something like that.
And
Check-
doing
I don't know.
shit.
Check my stereotypes.
There's Emily's logo.
The tray.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so Emily has a business that she makes trays that kids can play with their Lego on, all this kind of stuff. Very cool.
Mhm.
She's a good builder, and I do believe that Kelly is a good builder too.
Kelly is an amazing builder
She's
as
an
well.
amazing builder.
So I'm kind of thinking this team is super strong right here.
And I don't mean this. I don't mean to bring this up with them specifically, but I have decided to throw out all rhyme or reason to who makes it from one round to another.
Right.
And we can talk more about that as we get closer into the show and stuff like that. But anybody's fair game to get tossed out, because it doesn't matter how good of a builder you are. It's how quick you can think on your feet for whatever crazy contraption they throw at you. So
Or if you're likely to get thrown off the if you're about to get thrown off the show, they might pull one of those nobody goes home this week,
Exactly.
like they did twice last season.
exactly.
With the Canadians.
With the Canadians. That's right.
Who
That's
won?
right. Shenanigans. Let me
So
just
the
go.
first-
I have a slightly different theory about all that.
It's rigged. I know. I get it.
Well, kind of. They kind of like focus on who they want to win, and then they kind of like lots of shenanigans, and they pop people off until they kind of get down to the ones that they want at the end, and then of course they readjust. Like they expect team 1 through 5 to fail, and we're going to pick one of them to leave, but suddenly all 5 of them do really well that turn, that episode, so they can't kick any of them off. So they have to kind of evaluate, well, did we really want the team 8 and 7 in the finale? Well, maybe we'll get team number 5 in there. We'll replace it with number 7. I think that's how they do it.
And to your point, it makes me not want to watch the show, because it's really not about the builders anymore. It's about what the producers think is making good television.
I mean, if
Well,
you don't already
Mel
think
Brown will
that's
tell
true.
you, yeah. Mel Brown will tell you reality TV is not reality.
Oh, I know that. But when you watch some of the other shows in the other countries, you're excited because of what they're building in the builds. The American version is not that way.
Yeah.
I thoroughly understand that, but I'm still watching for the build.
I'm still going to watch it. It's a train wreck that I have to watch. I'm not going to say I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
It makes me disinterested because it's no longer about whether they can build or not. It's whether they need some checkbox to fill in some hole for some demographic, and then we'll see what happens when we throw them at some weird shit and see if it sticks. And if it makes good television, cool. We don't care what they build. I'm commentarying, but you know what I mean.
All right, hey, we'll get to that. Let's go through the teams real quick, then we'll get to the whether it's still relevant. Jordan and Chris, I do believe that Jordan is a good builder. I believe actually he's one of those guys that hangs out with like Mark and Steven, that group online. I believe they're friends. I think Mark said that. I had a conversation with him recently and everything. So don't know anything relative about them. So other than that, and Karen and Amy, don't know them. Anybody?
Nope.
Nope.
The grandmas?
I was gonna say, looks like grandma's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then Christopher and Robert. I do believe he is a YouTuber called Duck Bricks. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I believe
He's like a massive collector.
And I believe the Ericsons are fans of theirs. So, if I recall.
Jordan, I gotta think Jordan is very good. So, yeah. So he's a good strong builder. Right there, you go. All right. So Christopher and Robert, that's Doug Brick. So he's, from what I understand, he's more of a Lego collector with a big YouTube following, not as much a mock builder that I know of. So, but I don't know anything else. Anybody know anything else about them?
Nope.
All right. Lewis and Alex.
Isn't it pronounced Louis?
Louis
Louis.
and Alex. I don't know.
Yeah, never heard
No
of
idea.
I'm guessing they're the accountants. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with.
Either that or they're pledging the same fraternity. I don't know. They have the same tie. They have the exact same
I was
tie.
gonna say they have the same moniker on their tie. Yeah, same tie too. Same shirt maybe too.
All right. And all right, that's the end. That's the last team. So I kind of know a few teams. It seems like I know on average a couple of extra here. So let's get to the talk about it really quick. Is hang on. Somebody here. Tracy says Kieran is great. Just made the Lifestar build that was at Brick Slopes. Oh, okay. Cool. All right, cool. Good to have. I mean, and I think that's the heart of what we would love to see in the show more. And total respect to everybody who's won the show, been on the show. It is a grueling endeavor. It is taxing on mind and spirit and body. And to win, you do have to produce some builds in a short amount of time. So kudos to them who do that. So as we talk about the show from our side, don't feel we're disrespecting them. We're not. But yeah, it is a produced show, and there is decisions and the shenanigans that go on.
And realistically, and I was having a conversation with another AFOL because he was asking because he didn't have a partner and he was looking for a partner, and I told him, I'm like, listen, I don't have the ability to break away for 2 weeks, much less 6 weeks, so I can't even think about even trying. So it's not even worth my effort to even go down that path. But at the same time, everybody I've been talking to says you don't hear anybody say, yeah, audition for Lego Masters, go on. You'll have a really great time. And I hate to say that, but I mean, and you won't get this answer from those who are on there directly. But yeah, when Chris says it's grueling, I mean, Mark and Steven probably almost got sick while they were filming because of the conditions and the time constraints and everything. So,
I got to say, if I was ever on the show, which I'm not planning on ever getting on the show,
right?
Just being on the show is enough. I won the moment I'm on TV.
Oh yeah, you have already had to go through the gauntlet just to get on the show from the get-go.
Although if you're the first team sent home like last season,
right,
that little couple that went home like the first night,
brother and sister,
I heard hiding the hair. You know what I'm saying of them. So.
And
that's because they restrict themselves, I think. But maybe they feel ashamed. I wouldn't. I'd be out and about.
Well, of course, you're already out and about. You're definitely an extrovert, extraordinaire. But no, and unfortunately, and I have a love-hate relationship with this whole thing. I mean, I enjoy the company of the people who have been on the show. I enjoy talking to them. I think that some of them are some amazing builders and some really great people that I've enjoyed meeting and hanging out with. But I think the whole concept of the show is slightly skewed, and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And it makes me feel bad to even say that because I really enjoy the people who have been on there. It's not their fault. I think it's the producers and the direction that the show has gone.
So, Megan Porter, welcome. It's good to have you.
Hi, new here. I'm Dad.
I feel you. I feel you, Dana. It does lend itself to be kind of an inappropriate production when it comes to how builders are treated or the selection process and going from one challenge to the next. I get that. But if you're, if I was ever on the show, I would be there to have fun. And if I got booted off after the first episode, I won.
I know, exactly. I mean, Chris and I joked about it. We're like, oh yeah, if we get on and get sent home for week 1, sure, cool, whatever. But it was fun just getting there with the whole big thing because you got to go through the gauntlet to get there. But the one thing that kills me, and of all the AFOLs that I know, whenever I meet them, whether it's virtually or physically, they've become part of my family. I'm very protective of my AFOL friends. And when I hear about some of the stuff that they do on the show where they're psychologically trying to mess with teams and trying to pit teams against each other, which is completely the ass backwards way of the AFOL community, where we're always lifting each other up and supporting each other, not trying to put each other down. And it just is the direction that the producers in the show do is completely opposite of the rest of the community. So,
yeah. It's, as I said, it's egregious. I get it.
And it's not it's TV. It's not gonna be perfect. I know. I mean, I'm just bitching a bit.
To its credit, I have heard that the Lego show isn't as bad as other reality shows for that.
Oh, yeah. And that may be true.
And those, when I was at BrickCon in the fall, like last year, those guys were family. They loved each other. There was there was a whole bunch of season 3 participants hanging out, and almost to a fault, they were just in their own bubble and loving on each other and celebrating together. And so that would be amazing. So despite the faults of like American reality television, they still they are a tight community.
Oh
yeah. I'll second that because when not this past Brick Fair, but the Brick Fair before season 3 was released, you had a bunch of the season 3 there. Emily and her son Liam, the Canadian, Nick and Stacy, and they all were like in their own little bubble there at Brick Fair, and you couldn't really tell who was a Lego Master contestant until they kind of announced that they had been. So again, it's definitely they were loving on each other and they were they're supporting each other for everything that was there.
And I think season 3 contestants more so than the other 2 seasons is because they didn't have quite the COVID restriction that the first 2 seasons did. Or well, at least season 2. Season 1, they were able to go out and do more things together. Season 3, they kind of sequestered them in the hotel a little more. But those guys were partying and hanging out with each other all the time. And they are tight. That whole season 3 cast, no matter when they got sent home, they are all tight. And that is the AFOL community. And it is, and it's weird that you mentioned that they kind of sequester kind of bubble, because there is kind of this thing that it's like part of a fraternity that, what they know, you don't know, and they can't talk about, and it's their thing. And I get that, and there's no problem with that, and it's cool. But I just feel it's awkward because in one hand, it sounds like such a cool experience to be with those like-minded people and competition and stuff like that. But it just feels like it's awkward in the long run. And I don't know. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth for some reason.
Well, I think I learned from just talking to someone I will not name and the incidents I will not name of obvious, what sent them home happened to another team, but they got a pass for it.
Right.
And that those kind of things bug me. And I think the thing that bugs all of us is even we saw it a lot last year is what they told them they were going to be voted on was not what they got voted on. And
the inconsistency.
Yeah, there was some inconsistency there, and I'm not blaming the judges. I'm just blaming the producers of the show. What instructions they give, stuff like that. So those things are annoying because they interfere with what I want to see is pure building competition.
Correct.
And that's not what we're gonna get reality television.
No, the gimmicks and stuff. Although it looks like the remote control. I can't remember the builds I've seen. Remote control cars. That's fun. Oh gosh, I can't remember what I've seen. What looks like the lava thing or something. That's kind of fun. Seeing things blow up and add that kind of stuff. But yeah, some good comments here. Intent says appreciate the show. Some publicity for our hobby. Yeah, if it had been in the mid 80s and a show like this had been on and been popular, and people would have said, "Oh, you 16-year-old, why are you in Walmart buying?" Or actually, no, Walmart went around. Why are you in Toys R Us or Kmart buying Lego? And I don't have to say it's for my cousin that doesn't exist. So there would have been some acceptance would have been great, for sure. Megan, yes, our rooms are full of Lego too. Tracy said it's brought artistry of Lego to there's some really cool things. People have been amazed at what you can do. And maybe it's pointed some more folks to conventions and convention life, making obviously the hobby is much more mainstream now.
Yeah.
Do you think the success of 18 plus sets is because of Lego Masters? Or
totally.
Think so?
I think it's
Partly, yeah.
COVID as well.
I think the surge, COVID had played it, but I think the surge of and this is also gonna be COVID, but the surge of convention attendances would also be COVID and Lego Masters, a combination of. I mean, you always saw a draw at Brick World Chicago for anybody who was a Lego Master. Always had people around their tables the whole time, so that's definitely a big push for convention attendance and stuff like that. We saw here in Atlanta. I mean, we upped our space from one year to the next by a little bit of space, but it was nowhere near the amount of space that they needed because they did not anticipate the amount of traffic that came through there.
Like 10, 12,000 people came through the Atlanta show, which is insane.
Yeah.
And a lot of them adult builders. And, even today, it's always fun to be at Walmart and you hit that Lego aisle and you see another adult person looking through Lego by himself. And I'm going to say he's a brother with some a spare tire on him like me, right? Big dude, beard, all the kind of thing, looks my age, but he's also he's like, a human saw me and goes off, and so I actually turned the corner and he's looking at Transformers. He's got the 86 Ironhide in his hand. And I'm like, oh, cool. A human saw me. And he's gone again. So it's like, there's a whole lot of closet AFOLs out there. And maybe the shows help kind of bring them out a little bit too. So that's good.
Well, I like to think that I'm doing my part too. I get a lot of people that come in here who are AFOLs, and it's down in their basement, and they're looking at making a display, and my display is a quarter of your size, Rich, and because it just takes time, patience, and some space. Carving out that area to do it.
Space.
Echoes back.
Yeah. I turned my mic on, but I gotta go. I have to go put Small Paul to bed. It's a school night, so
yeah.
I will see you guys. Bye.
Bye, Mark.
This is also this is a new fold for the show. They did announce that the winning build will have a set, maybe a set based off that winning build. I assume that will be cool to see how that works out. One of the cool things was during the first season is that Tyler would build the mini version of what he built on the show.
Yeah. And
that was really excellent and a lot of fun. It should have been a big he won because he's happy about it, right? And he's not living through trauma and all that kind of stuff. But and those builds were great.
Incidentally, Nick did the same thing.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Just point that out.
So this is a watch and see who does that and everything. So, but anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of positives from the show, but I will be in agreement. I haven't watched all of Australia, but I know it's so strong when it comes to the build. Others have been that way, less drama, less need to whatever on TV to get ratings and everything. But honestly, they don't get that. They tried to make Mark and Steven the bad guys. Okay. How do you do that? Those are the nicest two guys. You could punch their cat in the face and they would almost sorry like a Canadian. You know what I'm saying? It is. I'm kidding.
They're
Anyway,
close to being Canadian without being Canadian. Just saying.
That's right.
And that's where I'm coming from when I'm making my complaint. It's not the contestants that are on the show. It's what the show is trying to do that just is gritty to me. So
yeah.
Now it was.
I get it.
It was interesting. I know that the ladies team last year, Michelle and Tacos.
Yeah.
You know, she literally had a creative block breakdown moment and stuff like that. And part of me was like, man, I hate they're showing that for her, but then that's actually reality. That happened. She just hit a wall and has talked about it afterwards and everything. Okay, you know what? That's because the build process is hard and the creativity, you can't just sometimes squeeze out. That was raw enough to be in itself, not scripted, not some kind of play. That was real. Right. And it affected them. And you could see the other teams feeling bad for them, wanting to help. What could they do to help and all that kind of stuff. And that shows the heart of the show, right?
And to me, that was because it was, I mean, I would assume that was definitely not scripted. That was
it wasn't
legit. And that, sure, let us see that. That's cool. Does that mean that that's going to happen on every season? No. Just let it happen organically, and if it happens, cool for the ratings or whatever. But don't force it. That's right. It just makes me feel ick, you know.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say this. This is a reality show. My wife and I have watched her. She likes cooking shows. We watched the reality show called Crime Scene Kitchen, and Nathan, not Nathan Hale. What is the guy from Community? What's his name?
Shoot. Yeah, never mind. Just go with the guy from Community.
Yeah. No, I gotta. Joel McHale. There it is.
There you go.
Nathan Hale was the skipper on Gilligan's Island. So anyway, he was the host of that show, and he's a funny guy, kind of the same vein of Will Smith and everything. But Will
Arnett.
Oh, it's late. I'm sorry. Will Arnett. But I will say he was much more no down to Will or whatever. He was an extremely hilarious host, being sarcastic and funny and clever and kind of real and everything like that and everything. Do you think the tone of the show would be different if it wasn't Will Arnett doing the show?
Oh yeah.
It'd be way different if Will Smith was doing it.
Will Arnett's kind of a tool.
He's
honestly.
kind of I mean, even the characters in the shows he's been on, he comes across a little abrasive,
he's very abrasive, I would say.
Yeah. So that might lend to it. But then from what I've heard, when people talk to him and when he's on the show, that when he's on the show, it's one thing, but when he switches to being off the show, he's a completely different person. So that's Hollywood. I don't think it's necessarily, again, Will's fault. I think it's the direction that the producers want the show to go.
Yeah, well, they want him to play the Will Arnett character that we know.
Correct.
The slightly awkward, self-centered Batman.
It'd be like if
Chase off of Batman.
Yeah, it'd be like if Jim Carrey was doing the show and he was deciding to do it straight. They would be like, no, we want Jim Carrey. We don't want serious Jim Carrey. We want the one that we've grown to enjoy. That's why Will Arnett's doing what Will does, is because that's what they're wanting him to do. Yes, I know.
So-
I almost did it too.
The new drinking game is the names of people famous that we get wrong. Okay,
The wills.
and
These are the wills we know. We know.
And all
And even though Will Arnett is Canadian, he doesn't always have to be nice. And Jim Carrey Canadian too. What can I say? But
exactly.
anyway,
All the funniest ones are
yeah, damn right.
It's true. Well, that's because they had better upbringings.
SCTV, man.
because y'all have to stay home because of all the snow, eh? So
Hey,
It's all that healthcare.
that's right.
And the maple syrup.
That doesn't hurt.
makes us hilarious.
Maple syrup.
And you guys need to go down to Georgia and have some real South Georgia cane syrup, and then you change your mind about that maple syrup. I'm just telling you.
Does Waffle House sell that or
I
carry that?
probably wouldn't, but
No, actually, no. It is a very, very deep South Georgia thing and everything, but it's what I grew up eating, and it's delicious. So, anyway, all right. That was an awkward way to end the show, but we're going to end the show there. It's 25 after, but thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank you for being with us. I hope you watched the show. We'll be watching the show and everything. No disrespect to folks on the show. We find the fact they made it on the show is amazing. Friends of ours have made it on the show and not made it. We have tried to make it on the show and not made it. So you got to have what it takes to make it to the show. So much respect to that. Much respect to those who have endured making 2 months of a show in 8 weeks or less. And that's right. Cane syrup and biscuits, buddy. That's where it's at.
I'm already
anyway.
in the show. This is the show, man.
The only
That's
show that
right.
matters. Yeah,
That's
well,
right. That's right.
Right.
16 people watching my show. But anyway, thanks for being here tonight.
17 a minute ago.
We were up in the high 20s for a minute. So, and then Mark echoed and killed it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Pink Wheels, if you're still listening, we're glad that you're feeling better and hope you continue to recover. Happy birthday to Troubles Bricking.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, and I hope you get to celebrate all weekend. Everybody have a great Friday tomorrow. Be awesome and build awesome. Love your neighbor. Take care of yourself. Good night, everybody.
Good.